We are on the last leg of this cool gift box. So I have my whole little box here ready to go that we already scored, and I did get this cut out, and I want to kind of show you as I line this up. It is my own fault because I tried to go over it to show you how I traced it, and I messed up my lines and I cut on some of the wrong ones. It didn't come out that bad, but it doesn't line up perfectly, and I'm here to tell you that that's okay. Of course it's okay. Okay, so you can use your method that you like to glue. You don't need very much. We just want to keep this in place. I'm going to stitch around the edges to hold it down, but with my glue, I am going to just do a fine line, and this is permanent fabric glue. A fine line, tracing all the way around the score lines, the inside of the score lines and the edges. That way I can put my fabric down and it will hold it into place, and then I'll come back and stitch. And as always, stitching on paper, or if there's going to be some glue involved. Can you see what I'm doing? I'm just kind of going in the shape of the lines here. Anyway, when stitching on anything other than fabric, you will have to change your needle out a little bit more. Okay, so that's covered pretty good. Just a really light coat, and I'll get ready to line this up. So I'm just putting it on the edge. I guess kind of like you do wallpaper, although I am not good at wallpaper at all. Get this lined up. Stretch it and pat it to fit. You can always trim down the edges a little bit if it's not fitting exactly right. But I think that looks pretty good. This is the only edge that I was worried about, was where that stitching was so close to the edge. I think I left enough room for that beading for me to stitch over it. Remember, I left that little bead. So there it is, glued on. The edges are raw. You know, if that bothers you and you want to do a little extra, you know, tailoring and folding and all that, you know, you can do that. That's not for me. I'll tell you right now. Okay, so I'm gonna fold this down. I'm gonna trim that edge on that fold where that fabric is. Just a little bit. I will tell you, it's hard if you don't have your good scissors. It's not easy. Having the right tools is almost everything. So I guess if I can do it with not the right scissors and tools, then if you don't have those things, you can do it too. Okay, I'm just going to smooth that out, and we are going to go over and stitch. I'm just going to use the same stitch and the same color that I did on the other one that I did for Hadley. It's a variegated thread, and I like it, and I think it will go with this. Again, use a forgiving stitch that will look okay with that raw edge, and it won't matter if it matches up exactly. But that is the variegated on both of these. Because of that blue water-soluble pen, I'm going to have to come back through and just dab it with a wet cloth and get that off. Especially now that it's on this cardboard, I don't want it to get soaked. So I'll just be really careful with that. I would have worked on it more and probably done that before I put it down here, but just because of time, and I worked on this one to get it done this morning so I could get going on filming for you, on recording. But it probably would be better to take time to get all that off before you do anything else. It just takes a while. You want it really nice and dry in between. Okay, so let's get going. I'm just going to start on one edge here. You want to see the machine, not me. Okay. I'm going to line up with my edge. I am ready to go with that really cool zigzag stitch, and I am just going to go all the way around, just on the edges. I am stitching through paper, this cardstock, and I also have glue underneath there, that liquid stitch. And, you know, well, it might cost me a needle, but if you're into making a few of these, you could go through a bunch of them with the same needle without swapping it out. So this is where I will be curious when we get down to this other ornament, because I'm going to be stitching right over the edge of it, but I think it's going to be okay. It would have probably been really pretty to use, well, if I had a variegated thread that had these three colors in it, the blue, the kind of blue aqua, the green, and the burgundy, that would have been really pretty. Or maybe even a burgundy, but I was just into kind of keeping this one really simple in more subdued colors. So bear with me as we'll finish up here. Do you see I stitched right over that ornament? I'll show you the edge when I get done, and it's fine. It's always fine. Everything always turns out. And I am just following the shape of that fabric, and again, it doesn't match up exactly to my score lines, but it is going to be so cute. Who's going to notice that, especially when it's all folded up into shape? I wish I knew what fabric this was, not only to share that with you, but so that I could get some more. I just have a little piece left, so if anybody knows what fabric this is, let me know. And if you make any of these, let me know. Over on Instagram, there's a hashtag Black Thread Studio Peeps that you can post things to if you make anything. Usually I don't worry about this stuff, but there's only one little thread hanging by itself, so I'm going to just trim that off. So as I'm coming up to where this bead is, I think I'm gonna be running over it. So you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna hold my breath and keep stitching. I'm gonna slow down just a little bit. I went right over it. I just slowed down and made sure my needle wasn't gonna hit the bead, and it didn't, so I'm in good shape. And we are almost done. We don't have to hear the racket of the sewing machine anymore. There. Oh, that worked out just fine. You know, I really like this thread on here. It's really soft. Kind of more of an elegant woodsy feel, maybe. My problem is I like everything. I like glitz and glamour, and I like subdued and woodsy and natural. I like it all, so it makes it hard sometimes. Okay, I'm just stitching right over those last stitches, and I'm going to cut that off. If there are any threads on the front here, I would pull it through to the back. This isn't going to be seen. I'm just going to clip that off. And we are going to get ready to glue that down. Look at, we are almost done. So let's move over here and get this finished up. So once again, with my liquid stitch. I'm going to, what I like about liquid stitch too is it seems like even though it's not dry, you can work with whatever you're working on, if you know what I mean. Like you don't have to wait for it to dry completely. So I'm just going to get that good. I'm going to line this up, line up my points and my edges, and press that down really good. Make sure that's lined up. And then just kind of refold that. Look, one little bead got right on the fold, right there. I know it looks a little bit funny, but you know what I'm gonna do? Watch this. I'm gonna put a little dab of glue right there, and I'm gonna pull it to the front and hold it there just for a minute. And then it will lay more on the front instead of on the back or right on the fold. So I'll hold that for a second. What do you think we should put in this one? Okay, now look at that beautiful, beautiful hand-dyed velvet ribbon from the Thread Gatherer. That's why my heart literally like leaps when I get to work with that. I picked that out because it was, it's more purple, but with all those colors, I'm gonna snip from this part. And this is gonna be our little tab. You don't have to do the tab, but look how cute those are. I'm going to cut that. I don't know how, maybe that might be 2 inches, so 4 inches of some kind of ribbon all together. And I'm going to do the little bird tail cut. What do you call that? I think it's like a little bird tail. And then I want it to come, I want this to be the front. And I guess because I'm right-handed, I'll do the same way I did with Hadley's. I'm going to fold. Whoops, that wasn't quite glued yet. I'm going to fold. Let's see, that was this side. This needs a little bit more glue on it. So I will probably give that just a second to dry, but maybe not. Okay, there's that end. I just need to pinch that and let that dry a little bit. On that very corner, I didn't have enough glue. And then this is the side that we're gonna use as the opening for the gift. So what I'm gonna do is just put a little bit of glue right there and on the inside. And I'm gonna put my ribbon down, and that will hold it into place. That's gonna hold it right into place. Just get that lined up. It's hard to talk and do this at the same time, you know. Pay attention to what I'm doing. Okay. So the thing about this one is, oh, that's what I'm doing. I'm dripping glue everywhere. That's why I'm having trouble. I couldn't figure out where that was coming from. So I am going to stitch that on. You don't have to. Well, maybe I won't. I'll show you. On Hadley's I did. I put a little stitch there. But with that glue, I don't think you have to. So again, for time and being able to cut this a little bit shorter, I'm not going to stitch that, but there it is. Oh, well, ta-da. Look, we're done. What do you think about that? Let me see this one. Really good. Hey, I really, really like that one. And then if they were to flip it over, there's the grain. This, I do have to pinch and reglue. Just because I wasn't paying attention. There, just this little corner here. Oops, it's upside down. And you can say, Merry Christmas, surprise. Look inside your box. See what you got. Right now it's empty. I still have time to fill this and give it to somebody. And, you know, if you don't have time for Christmas, so cute for a birthday present. I can guarantee you that Rox is going to comment me. She might not do it on YouTube, but she's going to comment and tell me, I need one of those. You need to make me one of those. So anyway, I really thought that was fun. So here's both of them. Okay, if you make them, let me know and post them on Instagram. So in part 1, I said that there was something I thought that I was forgetting, and there was. I had one person comment for the tassel. So either you guys, I don't know, if you don't like the tassels, that's okay. I kind of was thinking, well, if nobody likes it, maybe I won't do it, but I think I'm going to just keep doing it. Last time I said to post in a comment, Peace on Earth, to get your name in the hat for the tassel. And Karen, sweet Karen, you're the only one. So this one I put a snowflake on, Karen. The other one had a candy cane, and I gave that to the doctor that I work with because she crochets a lot, and she loaned me this yarn to make your tassels and the tassel for the sleigh ride pillow. So I made her one and gave her the one with the candy cane. Karen, you get the snowflake. So that will be coming out too. I'm going to ship that out Monday. So you won't get it for Christmas, but maybe you can stick it on your tree if you don't take your tree down. So Karen, I need you to email me, blackthreadstudio@yahoo.com with your address, and I'll get this sent out. So what else, you guys? I think that's it. I'm going to get ready to head over and record from Shirley's Cottage for my mom. So if you haven't seen those, try to watch that. I think that's it. It was fun. It was a lot of fun. And look, here's wishing you a really, really, really Merry Christmas. I hope it's a beautiful time for you and your family, whoever you can see. I will be here Tuesday with a Tuesday teaser. I'll tell you what we're going to do because I messed up. We will be doing embroidery and beading, but I'm going to jump ahead to January for that. This is what prompted me for Saturdays. We have a closet in our bathroom that gets freezing cold. There's not enough insulation in there, and if there's lotion or vitamins, anything in there, like a gel vitamin, they'll freeze. So we try to keep the door propped open, but then the other door hits it and it closes. So Jim took a brick, which is fine as a door stop, but to protect the floor and the door, he wrapped the brick with his socks and is using that for a door stop, and that's not going to cut it for me. So that's what we're going to make. We're going to make a door stop. I was thinking about how to cover the brick because there are ways to do that, but we're going to make a door stop, and I just happen to have tons of bird seed in the garage. I don't have rice, or beans, whatever. I don't know if I use bird seed, will that attract mice? Because I don't want no mouse in my house. Anyway, that's what we're going to work on next week. I'll show you a Tuesday teaser, and show you kind of what it's going to look like. And we're going to do a door stop. You might even get a tour. Would you guys like a tour of my bathroom? The house that we're in, Jim totally remodeled with his friend Bob, and I am so proud of the work that he did. So here and there, if you guys think you would like to see it, it's nothing special, but it's ours, and Jim and I designed everything, came up with the ideas, and Jim and Bob executed it all. So maybe that would be fun. Here and there, I'll throwing a little house tour, so you can tour my bathroom, and we will make a door stop for the closet that freezes. Okay, again, Merry Christmas, Merry Christmas, Merry Christmas. Thanks for stopping. Oh, don't forget thumbs up and subscribe and all that good stuff, because, hey, we're on YouTube. Okay, all right, thanks. Bye-bye.
In the quiet evening.